coming into the village of Water's Edge again. And if you'll know by looking around, you can see these concrete walls going up. So what does that indicate? Yep. I'm going to leave that open-ended and let you guys guess. But right now, what I'm trying to do is come in to get to these Courtyard Villas that everybody's been working at. Oh yeah, they getting the landscaping put in. There's already a crew already here. Halcombe Loop and Compton Avenue. Streets are kind of We might can get a cheap ride through. Look at those garage fixtures. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but those are different. That light camera, those lamps, you know, I've never seen those before. We're going to try to get a cheap ride through. Still a little bit of water and dirt on the roads and some rocks. The houses look almost done enough to where we could at least get an idea of what's coming. And we do know these are Courtyard Villas. So with some paint on them, we can kind of see what they're doing. Somebody working at one house over there. They still got a good little ways to go. I'm gonna guess a couple of weeks, maybe, if that long. They still have to come in and do the top layer of asphalt. That'll be the last thing they do when the neighborhood's finished. A lot of these houses, they've still got to get the cabinetry put in and things of that nature. They're just starting to get the landscaping in. The reason why I like to get in kind of early, is like right before they release them, is so people could see what's about to be released. So if you're out somewhere and you're kind of eyeballing the village of Water's Edge, there's like a hawk right on top of that roof right there. So if you're eyeballing the village of Water's Edge, and you're kind of curious to see what's going on as far as home developments goes, well, this is going to be a sneak peek of that. Right here, this house right here, it looks like they're going to get a big yard, room for a swimming pool, all that stuff. It looks like a large corner lot. Maybe some of these houses just haven't been painted yet. Yeah, some of these are further behind the others. Just by looking at them, sometimes you always can't really tell what the models are unless you really know what you're looking at. So those roads were still covered up full of dirt. And then this one, it's a lot more released. Or it's cleaner, you could tell. What I'm doing is I'm backing up. I'm trying to get to the inner area so we could see around. Even though these houses, we're getting some few work crews coming in, and I like to just stay out of people's way if we can. Coming back around. So you can see there's a lot to do yet. But the entrance street, it looks like, I got a feeling they'll have them ready to go and released in the next couple of weeks while the guys finish up the rest of them in here. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing. Just seems to be a trend that some of the houses get sold and people have moved in an area where they're still under construction. It's a little odd to me, but that's what I've seen. That would be looking out due south. We can look at these houses again coming out. Well, actually, I didn't catch the other side here. So there's just a few here. So if you know me, guys, I'm going to be coming back more like when they're pretty much almost fully completed, if not completely done. So we can kind of see the finished product. So these are going to be the brand new, some brand new courtyards here in the village of Water's Edge. So interestingly enough, you can see that Water's Edge is coming up pretty quick. Now this is, like I say, Water's Edge is right across the street. I mean, right across the street from the brand new Eastport Town Square. And from this proximity, you will be able to hear the live music. I can almost guarantee it. These are brand new veranda homes. We're going to give this about another week or two before we can try to ride through. There's too much going on in there. Maybe about a week or so we can, I say, ride through and get a better look at what's going on. They're a bit farther behind than the courtyards. But I keep looking at all the walls that they've done around in here. Now we know they've got courtyards. We know they're doing verandas. So the houses that are going in those walled areas, I just wonder if they're going to be, you know, cottage villas, cottage homes, or what they're going to do. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. But what I'm going to do, I'm getting back here on Bar Boulevard, which would have been, actually Bar Boulevard comes off of Central Parkway across from Eastport, right? To come into Water's Edge. Here's the Water's Edge Postal, the Recreation and Postal Center, the neighborhood pool, not the family pool, the neighborhood pool. you come over here and get your mail. So let's ride over. We're gonna see if I can get into those Patio Villa neighborhoods over there. Not sure. I'll see you over there in just a moment, guys. Interesting as well, it seems like there's only like one way in, one way out. You got to come in a certain way to find these villas. And these things are all the way, they're still in Water's Edge. And they run right up along Marsh Bend Trail. I'm hoping, look at all the digging up all the foundations and everything right here. They're getting ready to put in more patio villas. I can see the floor plan already. For example, this right here is the house, and then that's going to be a golf cart garage. So that tells me there's going to be more patio villas. So this is coming along quite nicely. It's got a long way to go though. Those guys are up here roofing. I can hear them. In case anybody's wondering out there who don't know, the work crews usually get started about 6:30, 7. I mean, they're already up working. Daybreak. And the houses go all the way down around that corner where they're busy over there, and I'm not going to go that way. Not this week. Maybe we'll come by and take another look, get an update on it. They've kind of moved from this area for right now to go work in another area, right? So I just kind of flipped around, looking on the houses on the other side of the street that we came in on. So we'll need to really come back in another week or so. I had a nice gap between those two houses. Some houses got some decent spaces between them and others don't. For example, right here at this Haven and that Retreat, they look similar, but they're different floor plans, different houses. You can even look at the gables. They're just different. It's a different house. I've been in them all. But look at that space. You're not like slap up against your neighbor. That's gonna have a decent floor space now. Yeah. I mean, space between the houses. I've noticed they've done that in a few spots. That's going to be a Haven. And then another Retreat coming up on that side. I mean, I'm sorry, that'll be a Nest, I believe. Or maybe I have them reversed. I don't know. I look at so many houses anymore. Sometimes I confuse them. But anyway, be more patio villas coming up along here. More coming up along here. So it's got a good ways to go before it's like done. And looking off in that direction, that will be Eastport, off in the distance. So you're still in close proximity to this long-awaited, highly anticipated Eastport Town Square. It's not going to be exactly like the other town squares. It's kind of been redone in a way. I think there might be some similarities of sorts, but instead of being able to cruise around town square and parking your golf cart and hanging out listening to music, you're gonna have to find somewhere to park and then walk over to the entertainment, which I hear a lot of people gripe about, but you know what, that's what it is. So it is what it is, and you're either gonna do it and enjoy yourself anyway, because fussing about it is not gonna get you nowhere. For me, yeah, I love to cruise around the squares and just pull up and park. It's nice and convenient. But at Eastport, I'm gonna walk if that's what I gotta do. And if I don't want to do that, there's other squares to go visit, right? So there's a lot of places to go. Follow your favorite band. Change things up. And enjoy the amenities, because if we don't, then things kind of go away. You know, restaurants and stores and whatnot. And off in that direction, that would be looking over into Shady Brook. Well, I'm coming down Denison Place. This is Shady Brook off of Hearns Loop. And I've been in here probably 20 times. It looks a lot more done. So it's really the best time to get a look at what they've done. Now, I don't know if these are all just spec homes. These are cottage homes. But are these spec homes, or are all of these, or some, or whatever, homes that the lots were bought by individuals? People buy the lot, right? And then they had a house built on it. You know, they picked their cottage home model that they wanted to build. I've heard different things, and I'm not sure exactly what's happened. Some of these have already been sold and moved in. Somebody said, well, they called it the village of Shady Brook, but there's no shade. True, there isn't. There isn't hardly a single tree out here. It's one reason why it looks so bare. But as time goes on, people will be planting their own trees. Villages does some, but people are going to be planting queen palms. You're going to see Sylvesters, you know, Bismarcks, and just a different array of palm trees. There are some little trees that the villagers put in, you know, at the time of construction. Magnolia. This house has already been bought and sold, moved in. Now, as far as, you know, the availability, what's what, purchasing details and all of that, I have no clue. Rarely do I get on the website. You can go to thevillages.com, click on the menu, find search homes, put in where you're looking, what you're looking for, all of those sort of filter details, and it tells you, it'll pop up all of the available homes, even pending. There's still some muddy areas around here. Some dirt, rocks. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure about the story behind the houses as far as who owns what. If you go down there, they also gives you a description of cottage homes and where the prices start at. It explains what cottage homes are. It'll explain what cottage villas are. What they are. This home right here is pending. You know, courtyards, designer homes, premier, all of that sort of information is on their website. So you don't want to be calling me trying to get a hold of me about the houses, because I don't work for the Villages. Get a hold of a sales agent, get a hold of their sales department, tell them what you're interested in, and they will be more than happy to help you out. All I simply do, really, guys, is try to show what houses are being built where, how close they are to being finished for people who are contemplating moving here, right? There's a whole street that they're still working on. I'll avoid that one. It's just more of the same. But I think these ones have already been sold. You know, you got the furniture in them and on around the porches and in the back. A couple of them still look empty. No, that one's sold. But look at that tall grass. It's about time to cut it. There is the Postal and Rec Center right here. So if you bought a house right here, you're in walking distance of the pool and the other amenities here at the Recreation and Postal for Shady Brook. That too is also a neighborhood pool. It's an adult pool. Neighborhood adult pool. The family pool is across the corner over there at the Suzuki Recreation Center. It's a much bigger resort style pool for all the family, your kids, your grandkids, and everybody to go and take a dip in the pool. And it also has a whole set of amenities and everything within the rec centers. Won't be long on that house. So that's just a little bit more on Shady Brook. Now, I may not be coming back into this area until they start working on these designer homes and stuff that I can see that are up and coming. I'm here in the village of WellPoint, and they got some cottage homes, or these may be cottage villas being built. I'm gonna try to take a sneak ride and see how much of these have gotten done yet. Now, like I said, this is the village of WellPoint, which is right behind the village of Monarch Grove. When I came off of Corbin Trail, well, so far they've been working on it. They still got a whole lot of slabs yet to do. I'm going to turn right here for now. There's really not much to see right here. Now we will be coming back at some point, I'm sure, to look at them when they're further along, obviously, right? Just got the framing up. Nothing's vinyled yet, at least on most of these. A few of them are, most of them aren't. Actually, the streets weren't bad. So if you're looking for what I'm calling cottage villas, because that's what it looks like. Now they could be cottage homes. Won't know yet. Probably homes. There's a lot of houses starting to pop up around in the village of WellPoint, but we'll be coming back to this area probably in another couple weeks or so. Stay tuned for that, guys. Well, I'm back in here, Hacienda. I guess it's the Hacienda Heights over here in Spanish Springs area. Came over here to look at these Courtyard Villas that they've just recently built. And it looks like they're almost completed. So I'm gonna try to get a look. I'm actually in my truck, so this is going to be kind of a weird footage. And I was thinking that people wouldn't be here, but people have been pouring in here. I think we got some guys doing some detailed trim work, stuff like that. Wow, nice brand new Courtyard Villas here in the Spanish Springs area, which is a little different to see these type of Courtyard Villas in here. Now this is going to be right next door, right next to the Hacienda Golf Center right here. Brand spanking new Courtyard Villas. I'm at Cadiz Terrace and Maribel Lane. It's going to be a nice neighborhood. Now I'll try to come back again later when it's a little bit more completed. This is probably about 90% ready to go. And that's where the sign is going to go. It used to be the Hacienda Country Club. The Hacienda Hills Country Club is what they were calling it. I said Hacienda Heights, maybe this is Hacienda Hills Courtyard Villas. Brand spanking new.